Welcome back. My guest serves as the Faith, Hope, and Love Area Coordinator for an East Side neighborhood, Ethan Crane. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ethan, tell our viewers a little bit about your role as you're the neighborhood coordinator for the East Side.
Well, this is something we're doing for the first time this year. Originally, I had worked on the West Side and a couple other areas the last few years in organizing churches and some businesses from the West Side and targeting that West Side area. But I just bought a house on the Near East Side and decided instead of targeting a big area, I was just going to target my street and work with my neighbors right on the street and really begin building relationships with them and serving and making improvements to my own street and my own neighborhood, and not really necessarily involving the businesses, but involving the homes and the families and the individuals. And it's something new we're trying this year, and you know, I don't mind getting tossed out to the wolves and trying new things. I've kind of been used to that, and I'm really looking forward to what this is going to do. And not only improving the neighborhood, but really building those relationships with my neighbors. And in that particular part of the city, it's even that much more important, I think, because we need each other. We need each other to just be there for one another, like supporting each other or just, you know, knowing who we are, just having that name recognition, that face recognition, and knowing that if there's a problem, you can go to this house and you know who these people are. So, you know, more than just improving the neighborhood, I think just building relationships with my neighbors is going to really pay the dividends in the end.
So how are you going to work with your neighbors? Are you going to knock on the doors? How you
I have a little interview, and I'm canvassing my neighborhood right now. So I typed up this little interview that I'm going to take to each neighbor and ask them a few questions about what are needs that you've seen on our street, what are needs that you have, you know, around your house that maybe we can help paint a room or fix something up for you. One of the things that I've been thinking of a few ideas, and one of the ideas is having a neighborhood garage sale one day, so everybody bring out your junk. One of the other things that we're going to do, since it's one of these East Side neighborhoods, I want to do like a pet clean day where everybody bring your pets and give them baths and clean them up and have little, you know, flea drops and all this stuff for them. So really stuff that's just really meaningful to people, and it doesn't have to be big. You know, we don't have to like construct a new community center to have an impact. You know, something as simple as washing someone's cat can have, you know, a long-term and really positive effect.
And will you use that opportunity to minister to them?
Well, and that's what you hope, that through relationships, through these things, that you're going to be able to have more opportunities to share your faith, or, you know, find out who are the other Christians on my street, you know, who's my family here, you know, because you don't really know yet until you go out there and start talking to them and really getting in. It's not just a, hey, how you doing, but hey, what is your name? Where are you from? What do you do? You know, and becoming intimately known to your neighbors. And so you're going to be able to, you know, all of a sudden, wow, I have a new family here, and I didn't even know. They've been living next to me this whole time. You
are a ball of fire. You're just full of energy. How long have you been with Faith, Hope, and Love?
This is my fifth summer, and I started because at Merlin, I used to work. I was an event coordinator at a winery down on the West Side in Plainfield, and so I went to church with Merlin, and one day Merlin just came up to me and said, hey, you know, what's your name? How you doing? What do you do? I said, well, I'm an event coordinator. He's like, I've got some events for you to coordinate. And so it turned out he was talking about Faith, Hope, and Love Week. So I've been sort of coordinating and doing things since then. That was 5 years ago. And man, it's I've told Merlin, as long as I'm living in Indy, you're going to have me helping you out. So.
Coordinating, great segue to my next question.
Sure.
This whole week is dedicated to Faith, Hope, and Love. Tell our viewers about some of the events that is coming up.
Well, we have our Sunday, the first week, or the first day of the week, is our big kickoff, and usually everybody around the city that's going to be involved in Faith, Hope, and Love is encouraged to come downtown. We're having a big dance-off and a big prayer walk, and there's music, and there's drinks being given out, you know, cold drinks to people, but really it's just a way to try and really have God bless this week and really start the week out with prayer and start the week out in a way that puts the foundation in place for great things to happen throughout the rest of the week. And when you see all these other people coming from all these other sectors and you're like, wow, all these people are going to be doing stuff this week. You know, it's really an encouraging and amazing thing just to be a part of, and then just to have, you know, to see that we are a city, you know, these people are dedicating this week to seeing God do amazing things. And God always comes through. You know, that's the awesome thing, is he always comes through bigger and more than what our expectations, he exceeds them every time.
Well, I'm sure our viewers are excited just from listening to you. And real quick, for the viewers, how can they get in contact to find out more about this upcoming week?
Well, you can go on the website, which is fhlinternational.org, and there's going to be all the information that you need on the website. Any of the sign-up information, information about, because we do things throughout the year too. Faith, Hope, and Love Week is not, this is just our pinnacle. We do more. So find out, even after Faith, Hope, and Love Week, maybe you can't get involved during the week. There will be things even throughout the year, whether it's food pantries or just neighborhood cleanups or you name it. Come up with your own idea if you want to. We're always open.
Well, thank you, Ethan, for joining me today on the show.
All right.
And back to the real JR.
Thank you, Faith, and thank you, Ethan. Coming up next, my guest gives us food for thought for Faith, Hope, and Love Week. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Religion in the News. Today's program is dedicated to Faith, Hope, and Love Week, and my guest today serves as the chef of Faith, Hope, and Love Week. Let's welcome Farron Morrow. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, JR.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Now, you're the man that everybody wants to hear.
Okay.
Talking about food. Before we actually get into what's going to take place from a food standpoint on Faith, Hope, and Love Week, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you personally got involved with Faith, Hope, and Love?
Actually, I met Merlin Gonzalez through a welcome basket that he dropped off at my apartment, which basically brought me to the Vineyard Community Church. And I basically asked him if we could have some Bible studies at my apartment, and he said no problem, and I would cook some food for them. And then all of a sudden Merlin was just like, wow, you know, this is a wonderful thing that you're doing. And I'm like, wow, Merlin, you know, I understand you're with Faith, Hope, and Love. Is there any way that I can be the culinary director for Faith, Hope, and Love?
Wow.
And he basically said, you know what, there's no problem at all. And that's how I started with Faith, Hope, and Love, being the culinary director and chef for Faith, Hope, and Love.
Interesting. You know, food plays a major part in any type of fellowship and meetings and reunions, and, you know, we've seen that throughout the ages. What is your role specifically during this Faith, Hope, and Love Week as chef? What are some of the duties that you will be involved with?
So far as when we actually prepare hot meals, we want to make sure everything's in the right criteria for temperature danger zone. So we're putting out a quality product for people who are just there, and we want to just make sure everything is up to standards. So we won't, with foodborne illnesses and things like that, you want to be very careful with handling product. And my job is to make sure everything is in that temperature danger zone, so we can put out a great and quality product for people from all over the city of Indianapolis.
So you actually, from what it sounds, then you have hot food, cold food, you have an assortment.
We have a hot assortment of making sure hot food is hot, cold food is cold, keeping it stored and things like that. So it's a wonderful opportunity to use my skills as a chef for Faith, Hope, and Love to better serve other people in the community, because we know, you know, Jesus was, you know, a culinary director himself,
yes.
you know, with feeding thousands of people, you know,
yes.
with fish. So I'm just glad to be blessed to be a part of Faith, Hope, and Love and the Faith, Hope, and Love's organization, and to bless people with the skills that I have.
Now, how long have you been a part of the organization?
Actually, I've been a part of Faith, Hope, and Love for 3 years. This is my third year now. Basically, what I do is coordinate my vacation time from work for Faith, Hope, and Love Week. I take the whole week off to make sure that I'm just there from day one to there isn't an end, actually, but this is more like a workation for me, you know, to basically get out there to be a gateway with Faith, Hope, and Love to different communities and different churches of different backgrounds and things like that, and just to share my joy for Faith, Hope, and Love and the passion for cooking.
So this is actually your vacation.
Yes.
This is your vacation from your
Work.
quote, secular job
Yes.
at work, and you actually come and then you are the chef for the entire week.
Yes.
Now, what's on the menu?
Well, what's on the menu? We have different variety of things. We have chicken, we have pork, beef, hot dogs, you know, the simple things, but, you know, what it comes down to is making sure everything is in that temperature danger zone, where we want to make sure we're going to have a great time and just enjoy ourselves, you know, in July.
Now, being a chef, I understand you're in charge of the entire food program. You're not just a cook. You're in charge of the entire program. And from my understanding, there's different facets. Some people will be receiving food baskets. Some will be.
You
how does that
receive
work?
food baskets, and sometimes we have different outreach programs. So far as we'll cook for moms from the different shelters around Indianapolis, and I just go and make sure that everything is prepared exactly the way we need to have it. Which again, in the temperature danger zones, you want to be really careful about that. So.
Sure, absolutely. So, what's been your favorite part, your favorite experience with the whole Faith, Hope, and Love organization in general?
Basically, it's just the stepping stone of Faith, Hope, and Love, just opening up the different doors to different churches so far as to make it just about one God, not different denominations of God, just being just part of one thing and just praising Him and just saying, you are our Lord and we're going to serve you. And that's been a wonderful thing with Faith, Hope, and Love.
Absolutely, and I can just tell by your demeanor and by the enthusiasm you have
Yes.
that it has had an impact on your life and I'm sure on your family's life. In closing, we're going to go ahead and put up some information again about Faith, Hope, and Love Week.
Okay.
And tell us again, you remember those dates of the Faith, Hope, and Love Week?
Faith, Hope, and Love Week starts Sunday, July 24th through Sunday, July 30th. It'll start at the Monument Circle for a kickoff. Like Ethan said, we have dancing, shofar blowers, all sorts of wonderful things for people, free drinks, free prayer, you name it, just come out and just enjoy the day and just worship God.
That's excellent. All the important things. And food.
Yes.
And food.
Yes.
Well, Farron, thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you very much.
On Religion in the News, and we'll wish you much success with the Faith, Hope, and Love Week.
Thank you very much,
All
JR.
right. Thank you. We'll be right back. Be sure to tune in to Religion in the News in the upcoming weeks as we join the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis in their journey to the 2012 Centennial Celebration. For more information on how you can participate, visit indyfaith.org. Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in next week for another exciting episode of Religion in the News. You can share your upcoming event on our calendar by sending it to us at least 2 weeks in advance to the Wish TV address on the screen, or email your event and prayer requests to us at religion@wishtv.com. You can also check us out on Facebook under Religion in the News. Check out our guest information and our calendar events this week by visiting wishtv.com, click on Community, and then on Religion in the News. Also visit the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis' website at indyfaith.org. Here's our calendar. Have a great week.